Muscle cars that changed the game. Icons that redefined power. Welcome back to Vintage Wheels Chronicles, where we bring legends back to life. Today's episode is all about muscle cars that didn't just perform. They rewrote the rulebook. These weren't just fast cars, they were game changers that shook the automotive world to its core. From setting new performance benchmarks to launching entire car wars, these icons left a permanent mark on history. So buckle up and get ready to experience the muscle machines that redefined what power really means. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more legendary rides. 1. 1964. Pontiac GTO, the birth of the muscle car. The 1964 Pontiac GTO is widely considered the father of the muscle car movement. Pontiac's decision to drop a big V8 into a mid-size Tempest was revolutionary. It came with a 389 cubic inch V8, pushing out up to 348 horsepower with the tri-power setup. That was insane for the time, especially in a lighter body. It could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 7 seconds, a blistering pace for 1964. What made the GTO special wasn't just speed, it was attitude. It offered performance to the masses, not just the elite. Teenagers, gearheads, and racers all fell in love instantly. Its aggressive look, hood scoops, and dual exhausts screamed raw power. The GTO wasn't just a car, it was a statement. It sparked the start of the muscle car arms race. Competitors scrambled to catch up. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, they all had to react fast. It was featured in songs, movies, and became a cultural icon. Sales expectations were low, but Pontiac sold over 32,000 units in its first year. That blew away even the most optimistic forecasts. It proved that Americans wanted performance at an affordable price. The GTO's success changed GM's corporate thinking about performance. It opened the floodgates for cars like the Chevelle SS and 442. The optional Hurst shifter became a favorite among street racers. It wasn't just built for straight lines, it handled surprisingly well, too. The engine had a deep, thunderous rumble that turned heads everywhere. Magazines crowned it the king of street performance. It was the first car officially marketed as a muscle car, and it lived up to every bit of that label. By 1966, the GTO nameplate became its own model line. Its dominance inspired a new era of factory street beasts. It led to the 1970 GTO Judge and other wild iterations. But the original 1964 model is where it all began. Without the GTO, there might never have been a muscle car era. It changed consumer expectations for what a performance car could be. Even Ferrari took notice. American muscle was no joke anymore. Drag racers modified them into quarter-mile monsters. Restorers and collectors still seek out the 64 GTO today. Its legacy lives on in every modern performance coupe. It wasn't flashy, it was ferocious. With the GTO, Pontiac made muscle accessible. It turned neighborhoods into racetracks, and in doing so, it changed the game forever. The 1964 Pontiac GTO is a true origin story of American power. 2. 1969. Dodge Charger Daytona, the Winged Warrior. The 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona was more spaceship than streetcar. It was created for one reason: to dominate NASCAR. With its towering rear wing and pointed nose cone, it looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. Dodge engineers weren't concerned with looks. They wanted aerodynamics. The Daytona was the first NASCAR car to break 200 miles per hour. It was built to win, and it absolutely delivered. The 440 Magnum or optional 426 Hemi Five 8 provided insane power. The Hemi version produced 425 horsepower, making it one of the most feared cars on the track. Its wedge-shaped nose reduced drag dramatically. The rear wing provided crucial downforce at high speeds. Dodge only built it to homologate for NASCAR, with just 503 units made. That makes it incredibly rare and valuable today. On the track, it was practically untouchable. Richard Petty called it one of the most effective race cars ever. The Daytona won multiple NASCAR races before the rules changed. NASCAR eventually banned the aero cars for being too fast. Yes, you heard that right. The Daytona was too good for racing. On the street, it was an instant head-turner. People didn't know what to make of it. It looked wild, but those who knew respected it as a mechanical masterpiece. The interior was pure Mopar muscle. Simple, focused, purposeful. Quarter-mile times were brutal, especially with the Hemi. Collectors now pay hundreds of thousands for original Daytonas. It's considered a holy grail among Mopar fans. It influenced every aero effort that followed in racing. The Daytona blurred the line between track weapon and street machine. It was faster, meaner, and more radical than its rivals. Dodge had finally found the formula to beat Ford and Chevy. Its legacy led directly to the Plymouth Superbird. Enthusiasts still replicate its look on modern Chargers. Few cars have such a dramatic visual presence. It wasn't just another muscle car, it was a legendary weapon. The engineering was ahead of its time. Even in modern racing, Daytona's influence is felt. It's remembered not just for speed, but for being unapologetically bold. When you saw one, you knew it meant business. It pushed boundaries like no muscle car had done before. The Charger Daytona didn't just change the game, it rewrote the rules. And it did it with wings, attitude, and Hemi-powered fury. A true revolution in steel and horsepower. 3. 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454 LS6, the Power King. In 1970, Chevrolet dropped a bomb on the muscle car world. The Chevelle SS 454 LS6. It wasn't just powerful, it was the most powerful factory muscle car of its time. The LS645 4V8 made a jaw-dropping 450 horsepower. Torque? A monstrous 500 pound-feet. That meant tire-shredding, neck-snapping performance right from the showroom. The car could run the quarter-mile in the low 13-second range on skinny factory tires. It was a no-nonsense brute wrapped in Chevelle's classic body. Dual racing stripes, a cowl induction hood, and SS badging made it stand out. The sound of the LS6 at full throttle was pure thunder. Muscle car fans knew this was the one to beat. It was more powerful than many Ferraris and Porsches of its day. Chevrolet didn't even brag much. It let the numbers speak. And those numbers were devastating. Insurance companies began raising rates just because of this car. It was a street-legal drag car in disguise. The LS6 gave the Chevelle instant legend status. Only about 4,475 LS6 Chevelles were ever made. That makes them rare and sought after. Its performance was almost unbelievable for a production car. Even today, it's fast enough to embarrass modern muscle. The SS454 wasn't about finesse. It was about brutality. The car had no mercy for the competition. Camaro, Mustang, Roadrunner, the LS6 could outrun them all. It pushed GM's performance engineering to the edge. Drag racers adored the LS6 for its reliability and raw power. It was a car that didn't need mods to dominate. The Chevelle SS454 LS6 became Chevy's crowning achievement of the muscle era. It had the perfect mix of style, size, and savagery. Few cars could touch its legacy. It's a favorite at auctions and muscle car shows to this day. The LS6 badge alone demands respect. This car changed expectations for what a street car could be. It showed that Chevy could build something faster and meaner than anyone else. The SS454 LS6 became the muscle car everyone else feared. It was fast, beautiful, and absolutely dangerous. It came at the peak of the muscle car wars, before emissions and regulations tamed the fire. After 1970, things would never be the same. But the LS6 left behind a lasting roar. It wasn't just powerful, it was king of the streets. The Chevelle SS454 LS6 forever changed the definition of American muscle. These weren't just muscle cars, they were revolutions on wheels. From the first GTO to the winged Daytona to the monstrous LS6 Chevelle, these icons didn't follow the rules, they rewrote them. If you loved this ride through history, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more raw power every week. Tell us in the comments, which game-changing muscle car is your favorite? Thanks for watching Vintage Wheels Chronicles, where muscle never dies.